Okay, back again. Definitely not the same day as last week's video, but
Well, maybe. There are some economies to be made,
yeah,
so we have to kind of actually, when we get the opportunity and we're together, I bully Fred into sort of
bully
getting
me.
these films done
Okay,
because we never know, one of us could get hit by a car. We need a steady supply of material for
cool. So
Harry.
today is getting close to Christmas, and I thought a fun one could be Barney, the purple dinosaur.
Yeah, I
Such
believe.
a bizarre shoot. I can't believe you were in commission to do him.
Yeah.
But
So this was in 1998,
yeah,
1 year before you were born. Yeah, your sister Polly, who featured on a previous video, was a huge fan of Barney. And as a result of traveling up to Edinburgh to photograph the purple dinosaur,
is that where he lives?
and that, that was where it was decreed that I would have to photograph him. As a result of that, I got tickets and we went to the premiere in London, and Polly came along. I mean, she would have been about two and a half, three or something like
Hmm.
that. And this is a very memorable one for me because it was actually, looking at my diary, so busy back then. And I had Margaret Harman, who is now one of the oldest MPs in the Labour Party, probably in the House of Commons generally. I photographed her at the beginning of the week, and then towards the end of the week, I got this commission to photograph Barney, and it was at the weekend as well. And so I was sort of determined that that wasn't going to wreck my plans, and I intended to play tennis on the Saturday before I flew up on the Sunday to Edinburgh to photograph Barney. I had a shoot with Run DMC, which I obviously didn't want to miss, on the Monday. I had to go to Edinburgh and back in a day.
Okay.
And so on the Saturday, I'd arranged to play tennis in Victoria Park in Hackney. I managed to sprain my ankle playing tennis. I arrived at the airport, immediately managed to commandeer a wheelchair and get the cabin crew with a bleeping noise to take me to the gate and everything. But then when I got to Edinburgh, I was on my own and I just had to rely on taxis. And it was at this location, I think a theatre or a cinema or something. And what was strange was that the Barney's people were, and there were a lot of people. I mean, I looked at my diary and there's a whole list of people and telephone numbers and so on. It was explained to me that at no point was I to interact with Barney as though he was being operated by a human being.
So was this before the shoot you were told this? So you
Yeah.
arrived and
Yeah.
just
So
okay.
Barney is basically an entity and not being worked by a puppeteer or anything like that. I mean, I had this idea that I could get a photograph of Barney sort of lying on the floor like he was dead. I mean, it's probably my kind of sick sense of humor. Or at an awkward angle, or half the guy that sort of goes inside the suit, or the woman, half on and off. I had all these ideas because actually it's quite banal to just photograph this big
Someone in a
purple
costume, yeah.
dinosaur.
Although the pictures I think actually turn out really well. They're so creepy. So
They're very, very strange.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
almost Halloween video.
yeah, I mean, your sister did really, really like it, and I used to sing the song to her when,
Yeah.
I love
No, so we
you.
don't sing it. We don't.
You won't let me sing. So basically, yeah, it was very schmaltzy. It was kind of saccharine, wasn't it? I mean,
Hmm.
you and Oscar didn't really like it.
No. Yeah, I was more Bob the Builder,
Yeah, Bob the Builder and Oscar liked
Thomas the Tank
Thomas the
Engine. That's
Tank
the
Engine.
my
The Holy Trinity.
yeah the first three siblings. Yeah, haven't mentioned Oscar on the channel.
Yeah, well, Oscar's the other another sibling, and
One of
so
his many kids.
it was. There's four kids, and they're all brilliant. And they all like different sort of made up characters,
Yeah.
don't they? I was going to say Florian likes Andrew Tate,
It's not a
but
made
he
up
doesn't.
character.
He is kind of larger than life, isn't he?
Okay.
But anyway, we're digressing.
I might keep that in. I don't.
It might be quite funny.
Uh,
So basically, I just took Barney. around various locations. I hobbled around, and luckily, Edinburgh is one of the most photogenic cities in the world, probably.
For sure.
And we were in, I think we were probably in the Old Town area, and I managed to find these steps that worked really well. And you know, it's just a very strange things. I mean, actually doing it in the way that they wanted me to actually made for quite funny and surreal pictures,
Yeah.
that I was quite happy with.
So did Barney talk to you?
No, not
So you
really.
didn't get any voice, you didn't hear a voice underneath?
Yeah, I mean,
You didn't have any.
he had the Barney voice, I think. So
Oh, no
it
way.
was kind of like I was asking him, Barney over here. I had to call him Barney and stuff, you know.
That's almost insulting.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I think it's probably something that is right across the board with people who, there's probably a name for it, people who do this, you know, these character. They're not furries, are they? That's a
No,
different thing.
that's
But
method acting.
well, it's kind of like, yes, method. You have to, you fully commit
Yeah.
to the process. And so I just sort of went around and looking at this, there's a wonderful picture here. I must have found a little girl. And this is something you could never do now. And persuaded her mum to let me use her in the photograph. And it'd be lovely, actually. We can put the picture up, and then if she's probably 30 now.
Yeah. Great.
If she wants a print, we can send her a print.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went around and you know, I had him sort of like less is more. So I had him sort of poking his head round
They're
corners
so creepy.
because then it's more strange, isn't it? You're sort of turning a corner and suddenly you see this kind of really weird sight.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have people coming up to you or Barney?
Um, yeah, I mean, we must have done that. In fact, that little girl must have been as a result of
Yeah, for sure.
people kind of whose interest was piqued.
And what about any industry secrets of Barney? Can you spill any beans?
I can,
We literally know nothing.
I think he's pretty squeaky clean. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there are kind of, he has many skeletons in his closet. No, it was one of the strangest jobs. It was actually at a time at the Observer when I talked about this before, when it's really important to find somebody that really believes in you and really champions you.
Yeah.
And it was at a time when Justine, the editor
Yeah.
of the magazine,
She went on to do Vogue. Is that
yeah,
right?
Justine Picardy, and she just wanted to give me every job, and so that include alongside Martin Scorsese and you know Kate Blanchett, I got to do Barney the Purple Dinosaur, and I did. I tried to do it my way. You know, I think the pictures are quite charming. You know, I think that sort of actually the fact that I use daylight actually makes a big difference because I
Oh,
think if you
I think-
used flash, it would be too contrived.
And I think 90% of the photo shoots Barney's been in has probably been in a studio.
Exactly. Yeah.
So something different, and it's definitely different.
Mm.
So obviously he hasn't got facial expressions or eyes.
Just a
And-
sort of big inane grin.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but he obviously hasn't got things which you so often work with.
No,
Absence of thought and stuff like that. Did you have any challenges? Anything?
no, I couldn't say that. Absence of thought.
No.
No, I mean, I just sort of,
You just took a picture of what's there.
I sort of took him and then put him in very ordinary environments with ordinary daylight,
Yeah.
and then that's a really winning combination because it just looks really, really strange.
Cool. And I asked in the last video what the lesson of the day is, or the story, or the moral.
Probably it's a probably very practical one, which is don't engage in sort of intensive sporting activity on the night before something important. You know, it's really really stupid.
Cool. All right, that sounds good. And yeah, brilliant. Thanks for watching. Short one, sweet one. Bye.